I also want to do a musical, and I love, because I just
Can we do a
love
musical
them.
together?
Yes.
Somebody cast us in a musical.
Let's do that. We're gonna, Lin-Manuel, if you're watching this, as I'm sure you are. Hi, I'm Anna Cathcart.
And I'm Janel Parrish. And I haven't seen you in person?
Like 3 years. It is so weird, and I cannot believe this is actually happening in your life.
I cannot believe that you are this tall. Like, you are so tall.
So weird.
I've known you since you were 14. You were
so strange.
14.
I was like not even a full human. I was a baby child.
Little tiny baby.
So weird.
And now you are the lead of your own TV series. How does it feel?
Still weird that that's a thing, and I still don't understand that sentence, but it's been very crazy. The last like few years have been such a roller coaster. And it's like, I continuously, I'm always like, me as a 14-year-old started that same character, like going into that audition being like, oh, it's like a little sister of this like super sweet romance movie, and then like this journey continue for that many years and be in the same world is so crazy.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, you literally grew up with Kitty, right?
Yeah.
You were a child, like you were a kid, and now Kitty is off on her own. She's got her own storyline. She's coming into her own. Like, what has that been like for you to sort of find not only her journey, but your journey as Anna playing Kitty?
No, I've always been saying, I'm like, it sounds so like cheesy and everything, but I'm like, it's true. I'm like, I held her hand through growing up, or like she held my hand. Like we were like, we got to be friends throughout it. And so much of Exo Kitty reflected my life as well. Like even me going to Korea was like my kind of international school, and like I was independent for the first time and was living away from home for the first time, and like experiencing those moments at the same time as her.
So many parallels.
Yeah,
I love
so
that.
that was really crazy, and yeah, to see her growth while I was seeing my own growth was a really cool thing. And yeah, I think that's been like the wildest part, is having that kind of parallel, like you said.
Honestly, same for me as your big sister. Like, I've seen you grow so much as Anna, as well as Kitty, and I remember, you know, you being in Korea and our To All the Boys group chat popping off, and you were going through all these amazing things, growing, and it was paralleling Kitty's story, and I just remember being so proud of you that you were going through such an amazing growth experience and holding down a show and in a foreign country and doing it all with such grace and poise and bravery. I'm just so proud of you.
That honestly means so much. And I, all the time, I've said this to so many people, I'm like, the fact that I had you and Lana to look up to throughout all of the movies absolutely made such a huge impact on like me being able to handle something like this and being able to know what that looks like to carry yourself in this industry and to be like a woman doing this. Like I've had such great role models, and like that made such a big impact.
Well, that means a lot, but I hope you know now you're the role model. Look at how many young girls are looking to you being like, oh my gosh, if she can do it, I can do it. I can be her. I want to be her. Like, that's incredible. And also, you're nominated for an Emmy.
So crazy. So crazy.
Emmy.
Very.
Do you understand those words that I'm saying to you?
No, honestly, no. I was like, I got a text from Jenny and she was like, oh, like nominations are out, ta-da! And I was like,
wait, what?
What? Like rereading things? No, that's crazy. This like, I mean, there's so many different parts of the chapter that has been wild, like starting to shoot, even being told beforehand that we were going to shoot, and then it coming out, and then the world seeing it and hearing how the world thinks, and like, there's just so many different aspects. Like you think you're like, okay, I'm settled now, I'm like less mind blown. You're like, no, you're still gonna be freaking out soon. Like,
I love it, Anna. Actually, I remember the last time I saw you, you were about to start shooting, and I was like, Anna, you're gonna start shooting soon. Like, how do you feel? And you were like, it doesn't feel like it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they told me I was gonna do the show, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna start shooting, and I was like, okay.
Very real.
But then you got to set, right?
That's like the first time it becomes genuinely like, oh,
and you're like,
so we are.
Oh.
Because I also think you train, at least I've like trained myself to like you have so many trust issues in this industry of being like,
That's
is
fair.
it though?
That is fair.
Like, oh, it's gonna happen now. I'm like, well, will it? Because things change so often, like that's like very typical. So I'm always like, making I'm like protecting my brain of like, well, maybe we're not going to shoot there, maybe we're not going to start here, and like until you're actually on set, then you're like,
well, it happened. It's a phenomenon. You're going for season 2. That was my #1 question on the carpet. They were like, what do you think of Exo Kitty? And I was like, Anna, my sister Anna. I could not be more proud of her. Like,
that is so kind. They brought it up to me as well. They were like, your sister's here. They're like, Janel is here. And I was like, I know, I need to see her. We need to like finish the interview, so go find her. No, I was so excited. That was like the highlight of this.
I mean, Like, truly, the fact that all three of us are going to be here today, too, like, we'll probably cry all of our makeup
I feel like
off.
everyone's going to hear us scream when we squeal.
Yes.
We should recreate the video.
Yes. Recreate the video of the
surprising Lana.
And she was holding her egg roll. Yes, very important.
That's the one. We should find an egg roll to make that happen.
Oh, and you know what? I think it's really special, too, that you're filming in Korea, because that's where we filmed a lot of our third film.
Totally. It was like nostalgic to be there, and I kept telling my like EXO Kitty castmates, be like, oh, we were here with the other cast. I'm like, oh, this is where we shot this, or like little moments. I was there with my family too, like my whole family got to come in the original time.
Right.
That was like special moments, like, oh, we've all been here. Like, Dad, do you remember this street? Like all of that, and there's such good memories attached.
I feel so honored that your first time in Korea was with us.
Always
for To All the Boys 3.
Our lock is still on the lock bridge.
You went and found it?
Well, I don't know. I haven't found it actually, but I'm saying.
Please go find it for season 2.
We know it's there. I can try.
We went to the Lovers Lock Bridge.
Yeah, like it is a bridge.
Yeah,
I think.
It's a bridge with Lovers Locks.
Tower.
Soul Tower
has one that says Soul Sisters on it.
Soul Sisters, because Soul,
we thought we were really punny. Soul Sisters, and it has my signature, your signature, and Lana's signature.
And it's still there to this day. Okay, well, I challenge you, on your off day, if you're not too tired, please go and find that lock.
Perfect, new plan. That's like first order when I land. Yeah.
Perfect, excellent.
I know you're like insanely musically talented, and I will never forget coming to watch your show with my mom when we were both in LA.
Sweet.
I don't even know when that was.
You came to see the last 5 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you planning to do or interested in doing more musical stuff in the future, or just what kind of like projects and work dreams do you have?
Oh, the fact that you asked that question means you know me so well, because I grew up singing. I love it so much. Yeah. Seeing you in the audience meant so much to me. Like, I don't share my singing with that many people. It's like a very kind of scary thing for me, because it's the first thing I ever did when I was a kid, and it's my first love, but it's also like, it's not what I'm known for. So sort of as people start to get to know you for being an actress, like the singing thing, you're like, are people gonna think I'm good? Is this just like a hobby? Am I like, you know?
People will think you're good though.
But I love it so much, thank you.
No, like truly, let's not, it's so valid to be like, to think of it that way too, and have that as like a separate thing, but please, let's not forget, you are so talented.
I appreciate you, but I appreciate the question, because that is something that I'm wanting to get into.
That's amazing.
The further into my career I go, it's something that, I'd like to revisit. I'd love to go back to Broadway as an adult. I did it when I was a kid. It was the first thing I ever did, but to go back to Broadway as an adult, or to do like a musical film or something where I'm blending both passions would be like, a dream come true.
I will be there opening night.
I know you
will. Row with my mom, because she's also like the biggest fan
Mamie.
of Janel ever. She's like, oh, I love Janel all the time. So we will be there, and I can't wait to scream so loud.
Thank you, perfect. So then my question for you.
Yes.
When you win your Emmy, and you do 10 seasons of Kitty, after that, what would be like your next big dream project?
I have said this, I feel like, I also want to do a musical, and I love, because I just
Can we do a musical together?
Yes.
Somebody cast us in a musical.
Let's do that. We're gonna, Lin-Manuel, if you're watching this, as I'm sure you are, because that's what you love to watch, but we would love to do that.
Yes.
But the problem is every time I say that, someone goes, oh my God, so you sing. And then I'm like, well.
You can sing. I've heard you sing on set.
But I'm not like I'm not a singer. Like I'm not a confident singer.
You sing and you also dance. This girl's TikTok dances. I've seen them.
I get like dancing, I'm like, okay, I can handle that. But singing, I'm like, I want to be able to handle that, and maybe one day.
You can do it.
The dream is to be what happened to Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, where he was like not a singer, and then Lin-Manuel worked with him for like months, and then he was like,
Lynn. Somebody get this to Lynn.
That's all I want to do, because I love musicals so much. I'm like the biggest musical fan myself, and it just adds such like a level of magic, and like everything about a musical, I just like want to do it. So we're gonna manifest it.
Do you remember those late nights on set where we would just get slap happy and make up songs and dances?
Some of my favorite memories, I think, ever of any set I've ever been on. I remember one in the cafe, the cafe that looked like the cartoon cafe.
Yeah, the 3D cafe
and we had a
in
whole
Korea.
Song.
We had a
dance that went with it also.
Yes, I'm very upset we didn't record it. That's a missed opportunity.
That's like a mental, like we have that mental picture.
Yes, and that's what matters. I also remember us in our Covey house.
Yes.
Movie 1.
Yes.
Just delirious 3 a.m.
It was the scene where they're fighting outside, and then we have to come out separately at the doors. So it was just the 2 of us, and they were already shooting, so we could just like be like no one could see us.
We were dancing and making up
the
songs. We should have filmed that because that could have been your audition for Lin-Manuel.
So true. The spin-off, they would have seen that and been like, spin-off is a musical of them two singing.
Petition for musical episode in Kitty.
Oh, trust me, I just said that on an interview on the carpet. They were like, what do you want to see in season 2? And I was like, musical.
Yes, can I come for that episode?
Yes, please.
Can it be an XO Kitty musical episode?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, Margot's just there singing you a song?
It, and no one explains it. There's no explanation.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I will let the writers
Great,
know.
please do.
Well, it was so good to see you and so good to talk. I know we could talk for like 100 more hours.
Yes. Can we? Do you have the time? No, they said no.
But at some point, we will. Great. We will after this. But thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you. I'm Janel Parrish.
I'm Cathcart. Bye.